And welcome into U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Lions and the Vikings. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. The 4-1 Lions, the 2-3 Vikings. Detroit currently tied with Chicago and Tampa Bay for first place in the NFC Central. Minnesota in fourth place at 2-3. Green Bay at 1-4. Detroit will get the ball first, and we're underway. Evil Dead says Vikings -2, over under at 44. Nixon from the goal line brings it out over the 25, out to the 26-yard line. Devin Nixon in his fourth year out of Maryland on the return. Good to see Evil Dead in the room. Welcome in, Evil Dead. Great to have you here, as always. Taylor Lane Dickerson, the rookie quarterback out of Wake Forest, the starting quarterback for Detroit. He's led the Lions to a 4-1 record to start the season. You are. Things are much better when you're here.
I'm here.
Misty's here too, as always. First and 10 Detroit from their own 26-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back, looks downfield, throws, and it's caught by Neal out to the 39-yard line. Dylan Neal, the second-year receiver out of VMI. And that'll be a gain of 13 yards in a Lions first down. Evil Dead says hi. She says hi. So on the first play from scrimmage, a 13-yard gain for the Lions. First and 10 from their own 39-yard line. A three-way tie for first in the NFC Central. Chicago, Tampa Bay, and Detroit. All at 4-1. Dickerson to Freeman. And Freeman 2 yards to the 41-yard line. Let's take a look at the Lions offense. Up front, Perry, Dixon, Gordon, Morrison, Reed. And then it's Farr, Brown, Freeman, Adams, and Tomlin. A gain of 2 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Lions at their own 41-yard line. Evil Dead has set the line. The over-under's at 44. And he takes the Lions at -2. No, he took the Vikings -2. On 2nd and 8, Freeman. And Freeman, a flag is down as Freeman gets about a yard. Yeah, the Vikings -2. That's what you said. Face mask on the defense on Ray Edwards. In his 13th year out of Purdue. A 15-yard penalty, first down Detroit. And Detroit will have it at the Viking 43-yard line following the penalty. Your thumbs are too big. We got to get you a bigger keyboard. Your birthday's coming up in October. We'll find a big keyboard for you. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Lions now in Viking territory. In the offset eye. Dickerson hands off to Harris. And Leroy Harris, the fullback in his 7th year out of Oregon, gains a few yards. Here's the Vikings defense. They play a 4-3. Edwards, Mason, Vernon, and Hull up front. The linebackers, Rawlings, Martin, and Florence. And the secondary for Minnesota, Bell, Monroe, Porter, and Hewitt. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Detroit at the Minnesota 40-yard line. Baseball after this. Game 1 of the American League wild card. Yankees and the Royals from Kansas City. On 2nd and 7, Dickerson to Freeman. And Freeman inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Charles Freeman, a 12-yard gain in his 9th year out of California. And the Lions have a nice opening drive. Lions off to a 4-1 start. A lot of people think that the Lions are back. They won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. Super Bowl 29. Are they back? Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back, looking, throws, gets it out to Tomlin, incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. I thought the home run derby last night was pretty cool. Yeah, maybe they should have changed up the uniforms, but it's still cool. If that's the only negative I could come up with the game, then we're doing all right. 2nd and 10 from the 28 in the offset eye. Dickerson to Brown, and Brown to the 24-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Make it 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Nathan Brown, the rookie out of Cornell, the Ivy Leaguer. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Detroit. Nice opening drive by the Lions. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Looking, throws toward the end zone, incomplete. You're like that player, Serrano from Major League. He couldn't hit the curve. 4th and 7, and the Lions will have to kick a field goal. John Decker will come out. This will be from 41 yards to give Detroit the early lead. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it's good. So the Lions draw first blood. They're up 3-0 with 5:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. We played game 1 of the 2 National League wildcards in the last couple of nights. The Mets over the Pirates 7-5, and the Cubs last night over the Reds 1-0. And tonight, game 1 of the Yankees and the Royals from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. That'll be after this game. Lions up 3-0. Hardiman will kick off. Fielded by Barker at the 3-yard line over the 20, 25. And Barker out to the 29-yard line. Aaron Barker in his 6th year out of Pittsburgh. The former Jet, Aaron Barker. Starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin Bickford, in his 8th year out of Army. One of my Army guys. Kevin Bickford was another of my Army guys I was in Desert Storm with. JG's in the house. Good to see you, JG. Welcome in. Good to see JG. Haven't seen him in about a week or so. Hope you're doing all right. Football, baseball, doubleheader today. Bickford in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Bickford back, throws underneath to Black. And Brian Black out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 11 in a Vikings first down. The 7th year receiver out of Oklahoma State. First down, Vikings. Detroit took the opening drive, marched down the field and got a field goal. This is the Vikings opening drive. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford back, looking, steps up, throws deep. It's caught by Lawson Underwood, the tight end, to the line, 32-yard line. A 38, making a 28-yard catch to Lawson Underwood, the 6th-year tight end out of Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeye. First down, Minnesota. Let me just say, well, thank you, JG. It's my football background. You'll see the baseball one coming up next. using Madden 19. I'm not ashamed. The best Madden out there. All the 20s suck. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Bigford to Hinson, and Kyle Hinson across the 30 to the 29-yard line, a gain of 3. Should bring up 2nd and 7. The Viking offense up front. Jenkins, Blanchard, Valentine, Brocious, and Long. And then it's north to Saxon, Hinson, Underwood, and Monterey. I'm Jimmy Jam. JG's in the house. Evil Dead's in the house. Misty's here. Everybody say hi to Misty. 2nd and 7 from the 29-yard line. Bigford in the shotgun, hands off to Hinson again. And Kyle Hinson to the 21. That should be enough. 1st down, Minnesota. A gain of 8. And that'll move the chains. Kyle Hinson in his 7th year out of Ole Miss. Hinson had the starting job for 3 seasons. And then that one running back came in for 3 years, who's now moved on to the Jets. And now Hinson has his job back. Bickford, play action. Looking, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. James North in the back corner of the end zone. A 21-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings take a 6-3 lead. Did he get both feet in? Let's take a look at his footwork. Oh yeah, he definitely got both feet in. A 21-yard touchdown catch by James North in his 10th year out of Florida. They're going to review this. JG's in the Congo? Really? JG gets around, I'll say that. You must have buku frequent flyer mileage. That looks to be a good catch by James North. Let's see what the officials say. Ruling on the field stands, touchdown. Minnesota, they take a 6-3 lead. The Lions get a field goal on their opening drive. The Vikings get a touchdown on theirs. Tom Davison for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead it 7-3. 3:05 left here in the first quarter. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Evil Dead has taken the Vikings -2. Last night you were like perfect last night. You took the Raiders, and the Raiders won by 3. What did you say? Raiders by 3? I think you said. We need to take you to Atlantic City or Vegas. Yep, you were dead on last night. There's the kickoff by Zach Young. Nixon from the 2-yard line over the 20-25. And Nixon out to the 29-yard line. Devin Nixon, the 4th-year safety out of Maryland. First down, Detroit. Vikings up 7-3. Three minutes left to play here in the first quarter. The Lions come in at 4-1. The Vikings at 2-3. The Lions in a 3-way tie for first with Tampa Bay and Chicago in the NFC Central. 1st and 10 from the 29. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson hands off to Freeman, and Charles Freeman gets a yard to the 30-yard line, and that's it. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. Wayne Hull on the tackle in his 15th year out of Idaho. Idaho, Udaho, we behold. Did I say that? 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Throws outside, incomplete. Looking for Mike Farr, the wide receiver. Incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Detroit. I've said it several times, but it bears repeating. Play this with a PS5. You'll see the difference. This on a PS5 is so much better than any of the 20s. Dickerson back on 3rd and 9. Throws to Farr. And Farr out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 15. And a Detroit first down. The PS5 really makes the graphics on 19 really pop. The lighting's better, the graphics are better, the player models are better, and the game just plays better. I know I've harped on this in the past, but it's just amazing. 1st and 10 Detroit from their own 45, coming up on 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Dickerson in the shotgun, 4 receivers wide. Dickerson hands off to Freeman, and Freeman goes down. A 4-yard loss back to the 41-yard line. Ray Edwards makes the tackle, the defensive end in his 13th year out of Purdue. Going to bring up 2nd and 14 for Detroit. A minute 40 left to play in the first. It'll be 2nd and 14. Lions come out. Dickerson hands off to Freeman. Freeman gets popped and he fumbles, and the Vikings come out with it. Charles Freeman took a wicked shot from Wayne Hull, it looked like. I think it was Hull. We'll watch the replay. No, it was Ty Martin, number 55, and Martin also picks up the fumble. Ty Martin in his 3rd year out of Tennessee. It'll be first down, Minnesota going the other way. They're in Detroit territory. They're already up 7-3. And now a chance for Minnesota to go up by 2 scores. They have it at the Lion 42-yard line. A minute 26 left here in the first quarter. Vikings up 7-3. Ty Martin, that was a wicked shot. On 1st and 10. Bickford drops back. Throws downfield. Kell wide open. Darren Kell, the tight end, down to the 18-yard line. A 14-yard gain in a Vikings first down. Darren Kell, the 8th-year tight end out of Army. In fact, he was a teammate at Army with Kevin Bickford. They're both in their 8th year out of Army. Teammates at West Point and teammates here in Minnesota. Coming up on a minute left here in the first quarter. Vikings at the Lion 18-yard line. On 1st and 10. Bickford hands off to Hinson. And Kyle Hinson to the 16-yard line. A gain of 2. Let's take a look at the Lions defense. Lions play a 3-4. Russell Ball and Pulaski up front. The linebackers, Stewart, Neal, Saunders, and Stanley. And then the secondary, Reese, Starnes, Blades, and Chambers. Less than a minute left in the first quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings at the Lions 16-yard line. I think we had an injury timeout on the previous play. After this, we'll have baseball. The American League wild card, game number 1. It'll be the Yankees at the Royals in Kansas City. Excuse me. Got my allergy cough back. It's that time of year again here in Tennessee. 2nd and 8 from the 16-yard line in the I formation. Bickford hands off to Hinson. And Hinson gets 2 yards to the 14-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Vikings up 7-3. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the Lion 14-yard line. Vikings trying to capitalize off the Lion turnover. On 3rd down, clock is running, 25 seconds. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford back. Throws to the end zone, is caught by North. He had to come out down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. 1st and goal Vikings. But that might be it for the first quarter. I don't think they'll get another playoff in time. James North, the 10th year receiver out of the University of Florida. The Florida Gator. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Vikings up 7-3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. The 4-1 Lions, the 2-3 Vikings. Minnesota leads it 7-3. As we start the second quarter, it'll be 1st and goal for the Vikings at the Lions' 1-yard line. Minnesota tried to take a 2-possession lead. Vikings come out in the offset eye on 1st and goal. Bickford, play action, looks to the end zone. He's got all sorts of time, throws to Underwood, touchdown! Vikings lost at Underwood. A 1-yard touchdown catch for the big tight end. And the Vikings go up 13-3. And now Tom Davison will come on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead at 14-3. 7:54 left to play in the first half. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports, where it's the game that matters. Well, Evil Dead said Vikings by 2. They're up by 11. Covering the spread so far. And then some. Davison will kick off for Minnesota. There's the kick. This will be fielded by Nixon at the goal line over the 10, 15, 20. Devin Nixon out to the 26-yard line. And that's where Detroit will take over with 7:50 left in the half. Lions offense comes back out. Minnesota has kept Freeman in check so far, just 13 yards. Averaging just over 2 yards a carry, not the best in the world. Good look at U.S. Bank Stadium with a translucent roof. That's a fancy way of saying you can see through it. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Dickerson, hands off, no, play action looking. He's got all sorts of time, throws downfield to Farr. Mike Farr out to the 47-yard line. A 21-yard gain, 1st down Detroit. Mike Farr, the 12th year veteran receiver out of Georgia Tech. 21 yards and a Detroit 1st down. On the tackle, Jeremy Bell, the 4th year defensive back out of Alabama. Lions on the move. Trying to get back in the game. They're down by 11, 14-3 to Minnesota. First and 10 from the 47-yard line. Dickerson, three-step drop, throws underneath to Adams. 3 yards to the 44-yard line. Make it 9 yards, I'm sorry. They crossed the midfield. 9 yards to the 44-yard line, be 2nd and 1. Kyle Adams, the third-year tight end out of UCLA. 7 minutes and counting here in the first half. Lions at the Viking 44-yard line. Dickerson drops back, throws, gets it out to Adams downfield, and Kyle Adams all the way down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 21 yards. Another Detroit first down. Ty Martin on the tackle that time, number 55. Detroit's got a nice drive going, trying to move it downfield. They are in field goal range. It'd be a 40-yard attempt from here. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Dickerson throws inside the far, inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. A 16-yard gain to Mike Farr. It'll be first and goal, Detroit, at the Vikings 7-yard line. Got JG and Evil Dead in the house. I'm Jimmy Jam. Misty's here. Misty hasn't gone to her nap time yet. Almost. First and goal from the 7-yard line. Lions in the I formation. Dickerson to Freeman, and Freeman is going to lose the yard back to the 8-yard line. Wayne Hull on the tackle, number 96. It'll bring up second and goal at the 8. Excuse me. 5:35 and counting. Here in the first half, second and goal. Detroit at the 8-yard line. 5.5 minutes left until halftime. 4 receivers set wide. Dickerson to Freeman up the middle, and Freeman gets the yard back to the 7-yard line. It'll bring up third and goal. Dion Dial, number 59, the linebacker, in his 4th year at San Jose State on the tackle. It'll bring up third and goal. Detroit trying to punch it in on third and goal from the 7-yard line. Dickerson throws to Branch, and Branch down to the 3-yard line. He's going to be shy of the end zone. That was Cedric Branch. It'll be 4th and goal. JG just put something up there about the Penguins. Oh, they're winning? Well, my Penguins here are 0-5. Decker, this will be from 20 yards to make it a one-possession game. The kick is up, and it's good. So the Vikings lead is now 8 at 14-6. With 4:21 left to play here in the first half. U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Week 6. You're at Jammin' Sports. Evil Dead's an Islander fan. I'm a Penguin fan. My Penguins, in my sim season, they're 0-5 right now. They can't buy a goal. They've really been playing bad. The Penguins at 0-5, they're in last place in the Central. Hardiman will kick off for Detroit. Fielded by Simmons at the 1-yard line over the 15, 20, 25. And Simmons out to the 28-yard line. Jarvis Simmons in his 4th year out of Tennessee. Here's some first half highlights. Bigford to North. Bigford to Underwood. Bigford to North. That's the touchdown. 4:17 left in the half. 1st and 10 Vikings at their own 28-yard line. Our football-baseball doubleheader today. Yankees and the Royals, AL wildcard game 1 from Kansas City up next. In the offset eye, Bigford drops back, steps up, throws down the sideline, incomplete. Royals all day, Evil Dead says. We'll find out next game. James Monterey, the intended receiver, he was overthrown. That'll stop the clock with 4:12 left here in the first half. Vikings up 14-6. We had a lot of fun last night with that Cubs-Reds game. Cubs won 1-0. Bigford throws inside, and Cody Neal, the linebacker, knocks it down. In his 7th year out of Oklahoma State, it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Monterey again, the intended receiver. I think. Hinson was there as well. Well, I think he was thrown to Hinson. 4:09 left in the half. 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. 4 receivers set wide. Bigford in the gun. Bigford will drop back. Throws outside to Underwood. He's going to be well shy of the first down. He only gained a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 9. On the tackle was Morrison, Ashley Morrison, the 2nd-year strong safety out of North Texas. It'll be 4th down. The Vikings are going to have to punt. The Lions are going to get the ball back with a chance to score again before halftime. Plenty of time left, 3:50 on the clock. Zach Young back to punt, gets the punt away. Fielded by Fletcher at the 19, he gets nailed at the 23-yard line. Dylan Clements on the tackle. 1st down, Detroit. 3:39 left in the half. Lions will start at their own 23-yard line. Let's take a look who they play next week while we have an opportunity. Next week, Minnesota will be at Chicago. That'll be a tough game. And Detroit will be at the Rams. They'll head out west. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Dickerson back. Dickerson looking. Throws downfield. Caught on the sideline by Tomlin. David Tomlin, the 6th-year receiver out of Army. So let's do the yardage on that. That's 28 yards and a Lions 1st down at the Viking 49-yard line. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:33 left. Excuse me. Here in the first half. Lions from their own 49-yard line. Dickerson, play action, looking. Throws. He's got a man open. Neal all the way down to the 17-yard line. A 35-yard catch. Making a 34-yard catch to Dylan Neal, the 2nd-year receiver out of VMI. The Virginia Military Institute, VMI. That's a tough school. They don't play there. Coming up on 3 minutes left here in the first half. Lions down to the Vikings 17-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Looking. Throws to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Detroit. David Tomlin in the back corner of the end zone. Now, did he get both feet in? I'm not so sure. We'll take another look. The 6th-year receiver out of Army, did he get both feet in? Let's check it out. Can't really tell from those angles. Here's a better look at it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they'll give this one a review. Right now it's on the board, 14-12. Here's the review. It all depends on when he had the ball in his hands, when that first foot was down. Can't tell from that angle. Okay, there's the angle. Well, that is close. That is so close. I think they have to say it stands, to be honest with you. It's that close. Let's see what the officials say. Ruling on the field stands. It's a good touchdown to David Tomlin, 17 yards in the back corner of the end zone. Let's see. No, Detroit's just going to go for one. Decker for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So the Viking lead is now 1, as the Vikings lead at 14-13 with 2:50 left to play here in the first half. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Why didn't they go for 2? Good question. Usually, the train of thought is you don't go for 2 unless it's the second half. I call it chasing points. They do it in high school football all the time. It drives me nuts. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Barker at the 3-yard line over the 28, 25, 30, and Barker out to the 34-yard line. And that's where the Vikings will have it, 1st and 10. Kevin Bickford comes back out. Only 7 of 9, but he's got 2 touchdowns. I'm sure he'll take that. 2:45 left to play here in the first half. Just a 1-point ball game now. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Vikings come out. Bickford hands off to Henson, and Henson goes down. No gain. Making the tackle is Stanley, number 53. Henry Stanley, the 7th-year linebacker out of Michigan State. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Detroit, or for Minnesota, I'm sorry, at their own 34-yard line. On 2nd down, Vikings come out. Bickford back. Bickford throws to the near sideline to Underwood, escapes the tackle, and he's down to the line, 38-yard line. A 28-yard gain. Lawson Underwood, the tight end. First down, Minnesota. Into Detroit territory. That'll stop the clock. He got out of bounds. Benny Blades made the tackle. The 10th-year free safety out of Florida. First and 10 Vikings at the Detroit 38. Now the clock runs. They should get the playoff in time. Bickford in the shotgun. They do get the snap off. Bickford looking. Throws to Monterey. And Monterey gets out to the 33-yard line. 2-minute warning. Vikings up 14-13. Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. NFC Central matchup. The Vikings lead Detroit 14-13 with 1:55 left to play here in the first half. Bickford in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Bickford back to throw, setting up a screen pass to Henson, and he gets tackled right away for a loss of 2 yards. Back to the 35-yard line, a loss of 3. Cody Neal, a linebacker, number 50, on the tackle, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. I'm Jimmy Jam with the Evil Dead. JG in the house. I think Kicking Uncle's here too, if I'm not mistaken. Third and 8 for the Vikings at the Lion 35-yard line. Clock is running. Both teams have 3 timeouts. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford setting up another screen pass to Henson down the sideline. And Henson will be tackled down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 3. So Henson does not pick up the first down. On the tackle, number 28 for Detroit, Don Reese, the former Patriot, in his 6th year out of Indiana. It'll be 4th down. This will be a 48-yard field goal attempt by Tom Davidson to put the Vikings up by 4. From 48 yards, the kick is up, and he missed it. Davidson missed it from 48. That's not good. The way I see it, a kicker should be able to make anything inside 50. It should never be short. Now I could see it being off target, but not short. Taylor Lane Dickerson comes out. The rookie quarterback out of Wake Forest. The Lions have 1:16 left, and they have all 3 of their timeouts. Let's see if Detroit can score before halftime. At the very least, a field goal, it would give them the lead. Detroit comes in at 4-1. The Vikings at 2-3. Dickerson in the shotgun with a back on either side. Dickerson back. Looks downfield, throws, dumps it off to Freeman. Across midfield, Freeman fighting out to the 45-yard line. A 17-yard gain. Lions in the hurry-up. A minute left in the half. Dickerson back. Hands off to Freeman. And Freeman's going to lose 2 yards back to the 47-yard line. Well, now they say a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Jim Florence, the linebacker, made the tackle in his 4th year out of Wake Forest himself. Lions have 2 timeouts left. 57 seconds left in the half. A 1-point Viking lead, up 14-13. Detroit, they only need about 15 more yards for a field goal shot. 4 receivers wide for Dickerson on 2nd and 11. Dickerson back, throws outside, incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Kyle Adams. He overthrew it. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. "54 seconds left until halftime. Lions come out from the Viking 47-yard line. Dickerson will drop back, throws down the middle to Adams, all the way down to the 26-yard line. A 21-yard gain, first down, Detroit. And they take a timeout. They have 1 left, with 49 seconds left until halftime. Kyle Adams, the 3rd-year tight end out of UCLA. That's where I went to radio broadcast school, UCLA. And then I moved back to Tennessee. I was stationed out at Edwards Air Force Base at the time. So I got out and stayed in the LA area, finished up my schooling. And then moved back to Tennessee to meet Misty. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun, back to throw. Dickerson throws to Neal, incomplete. Broken up by Jeremy Bell, the 4th-year defensive back out of Alabama. And that'll stop the clock with 44 seconds left. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This time Dickerson in the shotgun on 2nd down. Dickerson back. Looking, throws. And it's intercepted by Minnesota. Nathan Hewitt at the 5-yard line. the 11th year defensive back out of USC. And just when we thought the Lions were going to retake the lead, or actually take it, they've never led yet. They throw a pick. Nathan Hewitt picks it off at the 5-yard line. So the Lions come up empty. Let's see how much time there's left. 38 seconds. Minnesota has 3 timeouts. 38 seconds left until half. They lead at 14-13. They'll probably just run a running play and run out the clock and go to half, probably. On 1st and 10, Bickford, no, he's going to throw underneath. Oh, boy. That was nearly picked off. Benny Blades, number 39, bounced off him, or 36. The 10th year safety out of Florida. Incomplete. Batted that one away. 36 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 for Minnesota at their own 5-yard line. Bickford in the gun. North in motion. Bickford drops back, throws out to North, and North out to the 11-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Neither team taking a timeout. I think they're content to go to half. Let's see if the Vikings run a play. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 11-yard line. They might be content to just run out the clock. And we'll go, no, they run a play. Henson up the middle. Henson's got the first down. We go to halftime. Your halftime score, Minnesota 14, Detroit 13. Here at Chapman Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. The 4-1 Lions, the 2-3 Vikings. Minnesota leads at 14-13 as we get set for the third quarter. We'll have Major League Baseball after this. The American League wild card game, game number 1, between the Yankees and the Royals. We'll be in Kansas City for that one. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Barker at the 1-yard line over the 15, 20, 25. Aaron Barker brings it out to the 27-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take over, 1st and 10. Kevin Bickford, the 8th-year quarterback out of Army. I tell you what, on the PS5, those Viking helmets pop. They really pop with Madden 19 on the PS5. The stream doesn't do it justice. It looks good on the stream, but my goodness. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Vikings come out, Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford to Henson, and Henson goes down. No gain. Did you just say they really pop? Yes, I did. They pop. What?
So like that light bulb did.
Yeah, like the light bulb did yesterday. Misty was trying to change out the light bulb. We got it fixed. But it exploded on her. Went 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard for the Vikings on 1st down. 5 receivers set wide. Empty backfield for Bickford. Bickford back. Throws to the near side. Caught by Underwood. to the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 9. On the tackle, number 96, Dan Stewart, in his 5th year out of Virginia Tech. There's my Minnesota roster, and there's my Detroit roster. Minnesota on yellow, Detroit on blue. Yeah, I color code my rosters. They're easy to find that way. 3rd and 9 from the 29-yard line. I'm anal, I know. Bigford in the shotgun on 3rd and 9. Bigford back. Steps up, rolls out, dumps it off to Henson up the sideline. He's got the first down. 10 yards out to the 39-yard line. First down, Minnesota. A gain of 10 yards on the play and a Viking first down. Finally making the tackle, number 79 for Detroit. That's Kevin Saunders, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Columbia. Columbia, that's an Ivy League school. Isn't Columbia in the New York area? I think it is. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Bigford back to Henson. And Henson to the 46, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 4, a gain of 6 yards. Benny Blades on the tackle for Detroit. We've got baseball after this. Yankees and the Royals. Looking forward to that. Remember when George Brett almost hit 400? He finished with 390, if you remember. Bigford in the gun. Bigford back. Throws underneath to Underwood. Out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 yards and a Viking first down. Vikings on the move. They're up 14-13 here in the 3rd quarter. Making the tackle, Kerry Starnes, the former Giant. In his 6th year out of LSU, the strong safety. Starnes spent 4 years with the Giants, now in his 2nd year with Detroit. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Bigford to Saxon this time, his first carry, as he gets out to the 40-yard line. Antonio Saxon, the 2nd year back out of Army. One of my Army guys. A gain of 8. Going to bring up 2nd and 2 as they work their way out to the Detroit 40-yard line. A lot of my Army guys are sprinkled out throughout the rosters. My way of honoring them. 2nd and 2 from the 40. Bigford, play action looking, throws, and he got hit as he threw. Benny Blades came in on the safety blitz and nailed him right as he threw. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. That'll stop the clock with 5:04 left here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings come out in the I formation on 3rd down. Bigford hands off, no, throws underneath to North, and James North down to the 36-yard line. A 4-yard gain and a Vikings first down. Vikings convert, get the first down, keep the drive going, keep the drive alive. It's just a 1-point game. The Vikings up 14-13. On 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bigford will drop back. Throws underneath to Monterey. Inside the 30. And Monterey down to the 22-yard line. A gain of 14 yards and a Viking first down. James Monterey, the 6th-year receiver out of North Carolina. First down, Vikings. Minnesota in field goal range. Up 14-13 here in the 3rd quarter. Gracie has brought me another coat. Gracie, come on in here and say hi again. Let's get Gracie in here. Come on in. Say hi, Gracie. She just took a shower. She's all wet. All right. That's Gracie. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Bickford hands off to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. There you go, Evil Dead. Spelling out Gracie for me. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Minnesota at the 19-yard line. Yeah, Gracie, we think we'll keep her. She's a keeper. Vikings in the I formation. Bickford hands off to Hinson, and Hinson gets a yard to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Evil Dead, do you have any daughters? Or you just have the son? 3rd and 6 from the 18-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford back. It's a blitz. Gets it off to Saxon. And he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 20-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Cody Neal on the tackle. So you just have the one son, Anthony? All right. We just have the one daughter, Gracie. She's a girly girl. She likes girly things. Tom Davison will come on. This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. Better than the alternative. It's up and it's good. Vikings lead it by 4, 17-13, with 2:39 left here in the 3rd quarter. Oh yeah, you can tell she is what she wants to be. We're live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 at Jammin' Sports. The Vikings take a 17-13 lead. So now Detroit, if they want to take the lead, they got to get a touchdown. 2:39 left here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings at 2-3, trying to get back in the NFC playoff picture. Detroit currently tied with Chicago and Tampa Bay. A 3-way tie for first in the NFC Central. All 3 teams at 4-1. There's the kick. Fletcher from the goal line, out over the 20. And Trey Fletcher brings it out to the 25-yard line. The second-year receiver out of Texas State. Rookie quarterback Taylor Lane Dickerson out of Wake Forest comes back out. He's been a solid quarterback for the Lions so far. Every year it seems like we have one rookie quarterback that really stands out. And this year it looks like it's Dickerson. Last year it was the quarterback for the Jets. 1st and 10 from the 25. Dickerson to Freeman. And Freeman gets a yard out to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. On the tackle, number 92, Chris Vernon, in his 8th year out of Iowa. What now? Your phone is picking up everything I'm saying?
Yeah.
And writing it down? On 2nd and 9, Dickerson back. Throws downfield, caught by Farr. Oh, it's broken up, incomplete. Jeremy Bell comes over and breaks it up for Minnesota. The 4th-year defensive back out of Alabama. The Crimson Tide. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. That'll stop the clock with 2:03 left here in the 3rd. On 3rd and 9, Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson will drop back, rolls out, throws, dumps it off to Freeman, and Freeman all the way out to the 49-yard line. That's a 23-yard gain to Charles Freeman, the 9th year back out of California, Berkeley. First down, Detroit at their own 49-yard line. Vikings lead it 17-13 here late in the third quarter. A minute 40 in counting. Detroit with Dickerson in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Hands off to Freeman. And Freeman gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ray Edwards and Dion Dial making the tackle for Minnesota. I'll get it right. Football, baseball doubleheader today. We'll have a baseball, football doubleheader tomorrow. 5 receivers set wide. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Throws underneath to Adams. All the way down to the 32-yard line. A 17-yard gain to Kyle Adams, the tight end. First down, Detroit. The Lions now in field goal range, but they're down by 4. They really need a touchdown. Tonight we have the Yankees and the Royals, game 1. Tomorrow night we'll have the Red Sox and the White Sox, game 1 of that AL wildcard. And then this Saturday we'll have a bunch of games all over the place. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Dickerson inside to Neal. And Neal down to the 25-yard line. Dylan Neal, a gain of 7 to be 2nd and 3. We also plan on having an extra point on Saturday. Try to have that one at noon Eastern. And start football at 1 Eastern. 2nd and 3 from the 25. This may be the last play of the quarter. Dickerson throws outside. It's picked off by Montel Monroe, and he may go all the way. They're not going to catch him, I don't think. Oh, they get him at the 26-yard line. And that's the end of the third quarter. Vikings up 17-13 here at Chapman Sports. And welcome back to Minneapolis, Minnesota, U.S. Bank Stadium. We go to the fourth quarter. The Vikings just picked it off. Montel Monroe, the fifth-year safety out of Florida State. He was run down, though, and tackled at the 26-yard line of Detroit. So it was not a pick six. I thought he was going to go. 3 turnovers for Detroit today. That's been the difference in this game. Vikings now, 1st and 10 from the Detroit 26-yard line. Bigford takes the snap, throws underneath to North, and James North to the 17-yard line. A gain of 9 to be 2nd and 1. Minnesota can make it a 2-possession game if they can get a touchdown. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 17. Bickford in the I formation. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 yards and a Viking first down. The 7th-year back out of Ole Miss, Kyle Hinson. He was a starter for 2 seasons, and then this guy named Anthony Lambos came around and took the starting job from him for 3 years. And now Hinson is back as the starting running back. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson inside the 10. Hinson to the 5-yard line. A gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. Benny Blades, the safety, on the tackle for Detroit. Of course, Anthony Lambos now on the Jets. Second and 1 from the 5-yard line. Bickford in the I formation on second down. Bickford to Hinson, and Hinson goes nowhere. He's going to lose a yard back to the 6-yard line. On the tackle, number 92, David Russell, the third-year defensive end out of Michigan. A loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Vikings up by 4. The Lions would love to hold Minnesota to a field goal here. Keep it a one-possession game. .6:15 and counting. 3rd and 2 from the 6. 4 receivers spread wide. Bickford will take the snap. Drops back. Throws inside to Monterey. Touchdown, Vikings. James Monterey, a 6-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings take a 2-possession lead. They're up 23-13. The 6th-year receiver out of North Carolina, James Monterey. And now Tom Davison for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead at 24-13. 6:04 left to play. We're in the 4th quarter. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Week 6, here at Javin Sports. A Lions loss here will open the door for Chicago and Tampa Bay. Let me see who they play later this week. Tampa Bay hosts Green Bay later this week. And Chicago has that home game against the Saints. Just checking my laptop. 6:04 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Zach Young will kick off. Fielded by Nixon at the goal line over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And Devin Nixon out to the 27-yard line. First down, Detroit. With 6 minutes exactly left to play. Detroit down by 2 scores. Down by 2 possessions. Down by 11. Vikings trying to even the record at 500 with a win here today. It would put them 1 game behind Detroit. And if the Bears and the Bucks both lose later this week, they'd be a game behind them as well. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Dickerson in the gun. Dickerson back. Throws. It's picked off by Dial, the linebacker. He brings it back to the 24-yard line. Back-to-back picks by the Vikings on successive series. And the Vikings have it at the Lion 24-yard line. Wow. Dion Dial, the 4th-year linebacker out of San Jose State. Right in front of Kyle Adams, the tight end. And now the Vikings, they can make this a 3-possession game. Bickford comes out 20 of 24, 191 and 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty good afternoon. Most quarterbacks would take that. I know I would. Never a doubt. We got to learn not to doubt, you evil dead. 4 turnovers for Detroit today. 1st and 10 Vikings. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson to the 17, a gain of 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. If the Vikings score here, it's pretty much over. They'll be up by 3 possessions. What Detroit desperately needs here is a turnover. 2nd and 3 from the 17-yard line. Baseball, Yankees and Royals after this. In the offset eye, Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson a yard to the 16-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. On the tackle, 93, Jerry Ball, the 9th-year defensive tackle out of Nebraska. 3rd and 2 from the 16-yard line. Bickford in the gun. 5 minutes left. Bickford looking, throws underneath to Hinson. He's got the first down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 7. First down, Minnesota. Looks like Minnesota's going to get to 500. They'll even the record at 3-3. The Viking defense has forced 4 turnovers today. First and goal from the 9. 4:35 and counting. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford throws outside to Underwood. And he gets down forward progress to the 8-yard line. A gain of 1. It'll be second and goal. Ashley Morrison. Ashley from Gone with the Wind, right? In his second year at North Texas. Oh, Ashley. Ashley. Here in the South, that's kind of a common name. I know a couple of Ashleys in this area. Second and goal from the 8-yard line. Excuse me. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Here in the fourth quarter. Second and goal, Minnesota at the 8-yard line. Bickford hands off to Hinson up the middle. Gains a yard to the 7-yard line. Jerry Ball on the tackle again. For Detroit, it'll bring up third and goal. If the Lions can hold Minnesota to a field goal, it'll keep it a 2-possession game. Third and goal from the 7-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford drops back, looks to the end zone, throws, back in the end zone, but he's out of bounds. Underwood only got 1 foot in. It'll be fourth and goal. It was a good try, but Lawson Underwood only got 1 foot in. 3.5 minutes left. Tom Davison will come on, and this will be a 24-yard attempt to put the Vikings up by 14. The kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead it by 2 touchdowns, 27-13, with 3:26 left. Here at U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Week 6, here at Jammin' Sports. Jammin' Sports, the ESPN of Twitch. That should be my new motto, the ESPN of Twitch. Da-da-da, da-da-da. They'd come after me for copyright infringement with that. I'll stick with my motto, where it's the game that matters. I need to put that on the t-shirts. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Fletcher at the 2-yard line over the 20, 25. And Trey Fletcher brings it out to the 27-yard line. 3:21 left. Detroit down by 2 touchdowns. They've got to get their act together here. Dickerson, the rookie, has thrown 3 picks. The Vikings have picked him off 3 times today. Picking on the poor rookie. First and 10 Detroit from their own 27-yard line. Lions come out. 5 receivers spread wide. Dickerson in the gun. Empty backfield. Dickerson back. Throws to Adams coming across. And Kyle Adams 9 yards out to the 36-yard line. It'll bring up second and 1. 3:10 and counting. Now we're coming up on 3 minutes. Detroit down by 2 touchdowns. 4 receivers spread wide. Dickerson in the gun. Dickerson hands off to Freeman. Freeman very close. A yard and a first down for Detroit. Charles Freeman. But the clock is still running. wasting some time here. .235 and counting. 1st and 10, Lions at their own 37-yard line. 4 receivers spread wide. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson looking. Throws outside to Adams. He rolls out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Make it 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. That stops the clock anyway. With 2:10 remaining. Now the clock runs. 2-minute warning coming up. They start the clock back up. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. Minnesota up 27-13 here at Jammin' Sports. We're back here at US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our Week 6 contest between the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings up 27-13. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Detroit will have it 2nd and 7 at their own 41. They got to score twice, and they got to do it quickly. Lions come out with Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson will drop back, throws to the near side to Neal, out to the 47. A gain of 6, 1st down Detroit. They're in the hurry up. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Throws across the middle to Farr. And Mike Farr down to the 40-yard line. A 13-yard gain, another 1st down. Detroit in the hurry up. 1:35 and counting. Dickerson back to throw. Throws, gets it out to Tomlin down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 18-yard line. A 22-yard gain. 1st down Detroit, and he gets out of bounds. David Tomlin, the 6th-year receiver out of Army. And he's forced out of bounds by number 30, Terry Porter, the 7th-year safety out of South Florida. 1st and 10 Detroit at the Minnesota 18 with 1:28 left. Lions down by 14 points. Dickerson in the shotgun with a back on either side. Dickerson back. Throws to the end zone. Caught by Neal. Touchdown, Detroit. Dylan Neal. An 18-yard touchdown catch. The 2nd-year receiver out of VMI. And the Lions have pulled to within 8 with the extra point coming. I have a lot of respect for anybody that graduates VMI. That is a tough school. They say it's harder than West Point. And now Decker for the extra point. The kick is up. And it's good. It's a 7-point ball game with 1:23 left. Decision time for Detroit. You have 3 timeouts. Do you kick it away and play the timeout game, or do you kick the onside kick? I would kick it away and trust my defense. I think that's better odds than an onside kick, since you have 3 timeouts. But I'm not the coach. Let's see what they decide. John Decker will kick off for Detroit. Let's see if they try the onside kick or not. They're going to onside it. And there's the onside kick attempt. It's picked up by Brian Black, as Minnesota had the hands team out there. So the Vikings recover the onside kick. Now Detroit has to force a 3-and-out. See, I would rather force a 3-and-out downfield than force a 3-and-out in my own territory. That's why I would kick it away. Because now the Vikings have it at your own 42-yard line. 1:21 left. And you don't want Minnesota to give up a field goal or get a field goal. In the I formation on 1st and 10, Bigford to Hinson, and Hinson's going to be hit for a loss of a yard by Cody Neal. Detroit takes a timeout. Check with me when you're not completely sure. Yeah, you'll be getting a call from the grocery store. Should I get cheddar or Swiss? It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 43-yard line. A minute 18 left. Detroit has 2 more timeouts. If the Vikings get a first down here, it's over. Vikings come out in the shotgun this time, a passing formation. Bigford in the gun. He'll hand off to Hinson, though. And Hinson to the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. Detroit takes their second timeout. It would be classic if I did that. It'll be 3rd and 8. Detroit has 1 more timeout. This would be a 57-yard field goal from here. Detroit, you gotta 1, make sure they don't get the first down, and 2, that they don't get into field goal range. You want to get the ball back down by 7. A minute 14 left. Vikings up 27-20. Vikings come out at the Lion 40-yard line. Bigford to Hinson, and Hinson gains a couple of yards to the 38. Detroit takes the final timeout. It'll bring up 4th and 6. This would be a 55-yard field goal attempt. If I'm Minnesota, I'm punting here. I don't know why you would kick a field goal. You want to pin them deep. You don't want to give them the ball in great field position if you miss the field goal. Pin them deep. They're out of timeouts. Watch them kick the field goal. A minute 10 remaining. They're going to kick the field goal. Decker from 55 yards. Not wise. Not wise. The kick is up. And that's off target and short. Well, that's why you're 2 and 3. You're letting the Lions hang around now. Detroit, instead of having to go a long field, they're going to have it at their own 45-yard line, just 55 yards away. You could have pinned them deep. So Detroit will start from their own 45. That was very dumb. Let's see if it costs Minnesota. So the Lions have 1 more shot now to tie up the ball game. With a minute 6 left, Detroit has no timeouts, down by 7. And they have a rookie quarterback, Taylor Lane Dickerson. This is the first game Detroit has played where it's been a tight game. Other than the 1 loss they have. Dickerson to Freeman up the middle, and Freeman to the 49-yard line. A gain of 7. I don't know why they're running. They're in the hurry up. Dickerson will spike it with 53 seconds left. I don't know why you run it there. I'm throwing this ball downfield. I have no timeouts. 53 seconds left. 3rd and 3 for Detroit at the Minnesota 49-yard line. Minnesota up 27-20. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Throws underneath to Freeman. He's got the first down. And Freeman to the 41-yard line. A gain of 8. Detroit in the hurry up. 40 seconds. Let's see if he spikes it here. And they do, with 36 seconds left. Well, the Lions are 41 yards away. They don't have any timeouts. Only 36 seconds left. Don't try to get it all at once. Throw about a 20-yard pass, get closer, spike it, and take shots at the end zone. On 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line, Dickerson back. Throws downfield to Tomlin, and he's out of bounds at the 28. I think they were listening to me. A 13-yard gain. First down Detroit. Down to the Viking 28-yard line. He gets out of bounds, David Tomlin, and he stops the clock. 32 seconds left. Oh boy, that was a one-handed catch. He got both feet in. Just stuck his paw out there and he got it. 32 seconds left. They have it at the Viking 28. Can the Lions force overtime? 4 receivers wide. Dickerson in the gun. Dickerson back. Throws down the middle. Caught by Neal. Down to the 7-yard line. A 14-yard gain. Make that a 21-yard gain. First and goal at the 7. 18 seconds. He's got to spike it here. 15 seconds. He does. 15 seconds left. Now, Detroit has 1, 2, maybe 3 shots at the end zone here with 15 seconds left. Second and goal at the 7-yard line. Can Detroit tie it up? Dickerson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. Dickerson looking to the end zone. Throws it away. Nobody open, threw it away. Smart play. 11 seconds left. It'll be third and goal. You don't want to force something. Third and goal with 11 seconds left. Detroit trying to tie it up. Dickerson in the shotgun with back on either side. On third and goal. Dickerson back. Looks to the end zone. Throws underneath. Neal, touchdown, Detroit. Dylan Neal, a 7-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings' missed field goal comes back to haunt them. Gave Detroit great field position. And Detroit takes advantage. And now the Lions can tie it up with the extra point with 6 seconds left. It got quiet here in Minneapolis. They're going to ice the kicker on an extra point. I've seen everything now. Really? You won't see that in the real NFL. That's funny. Ice the kicker on a PAT. That's classic. Vikings lead at 27-26 with 6 seconds left. Watch the Vikings block this. That'd be something else. Detroit trying to tie it up. It looks like we're going to overtime. Decker for the PAT. The kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 27. Still, there's 6 seconds left. The Vikings can return this for a touchdown. Detroit 27, Minnesota 27, with 6 seconds left in regulation. The Lions overcame a 14-point deficit. Remember, they were down by 14 with 2 minutes left. And they pull off the impossible, or the improbable, to tie it up. The Vikings did give them some help, trying a 55-yard field goal that missed, giving Detroit great field position. And now Decker will kick off. Fielded by Simmons, he'll bring it out over the 20, 25, and Jarvis Simmons to the 26-yard line. The Vikings will probably just take a knee and go to overtime. That's what I would do. It's the smart play. We're tied at 27 here at Jammin' Sports. Looks like we'll have to wait a little bit longer for our baseball game. Yeah, like the Vikings do, you're right. They do this a lot. Looks like they're just going to run a play and go to overtime. They hand off to Hinson, and Hinson gets 3 yards. We're going to overtime here at US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. The Lions and Vikings tied at 27. Well, let's see who wins the coin toss, as we'll just keep it right here. There's your line score. 14 fourth quarter points for Detroit to tie it up. Who wins the toss? The Vikings have won the toss. They will receive. Remember now, here at Jammin' Sports, we don't have ties. We'll just keep playing until somebody wins. However many overtimes that takes. We've never gone beyond 2, though. We came close one time, a couple of seasons ago. The Bills and the Colts. The Colts beat the Bills with 7 seconds left in the second overtime. There's the kickoff. Simmons from the 2-yard line over the 20, 25, and Simmons to the 27-yard line. Jarvis Simmons in his 4th year out of Tennessee. All right, you know how it goes. You know the drill. The Vikings can win it with a touchdown here on the opening drive. Anything else, the Lions get a possession. We're tied at 27 in overtime here in Minneapolis. And the Vikings only have themselves to blame on this one. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson across the 30 to the 34-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll make it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Kevin Saunders on the tackle, number 79. 2nd and 4 from the Viking 34-yard line. Bickford draws back, throws down the middle to Underwood, the big tight end, out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 12 and a Vikings first down. Underwood's had a pretty good game. Vikings out to their own 46, trying to win it outright here in overtime. First and 10, Vikings come out in the I formation. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson 3 yards out to the 49. Jerry Ball, number 93, on the tackle for Detroit. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. .635 and counting. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson makes a nice move down to the 41-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain. First down, Minnesota. Vikings now in Lion territory. Remember, the Vikings can only win the game on this possession with a touchdown. If they kick a field goal, Detroit will get the ball. Hinson faked out Kerry Starnes out of his jockstrap. 1st and 10 from the 41. Vikings on the move. They come out. Bickford back. Looks downfield, throws to Kell. He holds on at the 22-yard line. Darren Kell, a 19-yard gain and a Vikings first down. The 8th-year tight end out of Army. Making the tackle, number 23, Antonio Chambers, the 4th-year defensive back out of Miami. But it's a first down for the Vikings. Vikings all the way down to the Detroit 22-yard line. Five and a half minutes left in the first overtime. Bickford to Saxon this time. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. They'll win it. Your final score, Minnesota 33, Detroit 27 in overtime. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We have the AL Wild Card, Yankees and Royals up next. We'll see you then.